Hey YouTube, welcome back. I know it's been a minute since I posted up one of my last videos, but I thought I'd come back a month later to talk about the SeL Omnidiver Mark1. Just a little bit of recap, how I got here. I think, as we all do in this hobby, we all strive to get to the point where we want to say we've achieved the best in what we're looking for. If you're a diver fan or you're your tool watch, you always strive, okay, what can I get that's the best, that is value for money, that is feature rich, etc. So for me, this is the culmination of my trip, and you can take a look at all my other videos to see what I've gone through in terms of going through the Seikos, the microbrands, the Swiss, the heavy into the German tool watches, and always coming a little bit short, always finding something is missing or lacking and having to kind of live with it, which is something I don't enjoy because at the end of the day, as we're all aware, sometimes these small things become bigger things in terms of our imaginations or the OCD that we all as watch guys have. So anyways, I'm here to talk about this beautiful watch. Now, I recently just passed the 1 month anniversary of wearing this watch solely on my wrist. I have not worn anything else, just the Mark1 Omnidiver, and it has been amazing. This has been probably the longest I've worn a watch without even looking or thinking of trying another of my watches in probably 5 years. Ever since I started, getting into the watch game, the hobby, and buying watches, trying them out. I've never had a watch take that much wrist time on my wrist, and it's been amazing. So wanted to just go over it really briefly. I will be making separate videos for all of the cool features and or things I look at. But right off the bat, the 5 main categories I look for in a watch that helps me decide and may help you decide are design language. It's got to look good. It's got to look cool. It's got to look nice. And again, I am a very much I'm a fan of tool watches and divers. So I look for something that's going to be very cool looking, very unique looking, and the SeL here has its own design language, which is awesome. Then I also look for specs, like what am I buying? Is it worth the price? What are the features? The actual dial, the movement, and then the unique factor that I look for in all of these watches. So I'll go through this right now. It's just as a brief overview. I have compiled my thoughts for some of the other features, but just so you're all aware, I got this watch a month ago from Andrew at SeL Instruments. These are handmade in Tucson, Arizona by Andrew himself, and these are all grade 5 titanium, and the entire watch is just this brilliant piece of kit. It is the best bezel action I've had ever in a watch, and it is impossible to move this anywhere. There's no backlash. I'll get into that. The dial is very cool. It is inspired by military style watches in that it does have your lume markers, it does have your hour marker, and then it also has a 24-hour kind of gradient around it. This one, the specific Mark1, is an automatic, and as you can see, it has the jewel movement exposed, or from the movement exposed, and the date is up here. The lume on this watch is amazing for someone who's made their own lume, and as a micro brand, I think this lume competes very easily with Seiko's Lumibrite. And as you guys know, I was a huge, and I'm still a huge fan of the Seiko Tuna Marine Master 1000s, and those always had the lume kind of crown. This watch is right up there. In fact, I think this watch probably lasts longer throughout the night and probably during the day than any of my previous Seiko lume, Marine Master 1000s. Bracelet is brilliant. This is, initially I had kind of some thoughts about it. It is a 24 millimeter bracelet. and 24 millimeter kind of just puts this really crazy thought in everyone's head is, oh no, it's going to be chunky, it's going to be too thick. It is brilliant. I'll get into that in a separate video. The clasp and the dive extension is genius. I think it is one of the best clasps out there without it being chunky, and you know, anything that's got micro adjusts built into it nowadays is either a huge chunk of a clasp or has some features that are built in that, you know, are compromised. This one just seems to be perfectly designed in the sense that, you know, there is some engineering that goes behind it, as well as the fit and finish is just beautiful. It is very comfortable, and it is completely grade 5 titanium, barring the screws, of course. The size on this thing is pretty cool. This is pretty much the same size as a Marine Master 1000 tuna, and I wish I still had some of my tunas, but once I got this, I pretty much sold everything, and I'm not kidding. The only thing I've got left is probably a really keepsake Rolex, and then I got rid of everything, the Zins. I'm still in the process of selling my last one, and all the Seiko tunas, because I look at this as the evolution of what a tuna would be if Seiko decided to do more. And you know, my thoughts are, this is a very cool looking design. It is, I think, 48 millimeters diameter, or 47 for the body, and 48 and some change for the bezel, allowing you to grab this beautiful bezel. And check that out. That is just click worthy. It just clicks beautifully, and there's no movement. Like, you cannot move that back, and that's because of the pistons that are inside that keep this bezel from moving behind. Oops, I'm a little off. There you go. The loom is amazing, and this is one of those unique pieces that came up for sale on the inventory page, and I just managed to grab it, and yeah, I love it. You can see how flexible everything is here. So what I'm going to do is stop my fanboyism on this video and kind of break down the smaller concepts for each of the things that I love about this watch, and potentially some upgrades or updates that this watch will have in the Mark II series, which I've already shared with Andrew, and it seems like they're happening. So thanks again, guys, for joining again. 1 month plus, I should say, on this with this watch on my wrist. The automatic movement in here is a Sellita 200. So far, it's been keeping -5 to -3, or sorry, +3 a day, based on how you wear it. So sometimes if I'm at my desk a lot, it's actually faster, and then when I'm not doing anything and there's no hand movement, it'll slow down. And overnight, I tend to keep it on its side so that I get it to speed up. Very cool, you know, for me. And then, but I do have some opinions about it, and I'm going to put that up in the next video. So stay tuned. Again, this is the SeL Omnidiver Mark 1.